Warm welcome to all of you. My today's presentation topic is malnutrition and its prevention. है ना? Prerequisite of this presentation. As you all know that the health has evolved over the century as a concept ranging from personal concept to worldwide social goal and encompasses the overall quality of life of a person. है ना? So So today's objective is to understand the concept of malnutrition and its prevention. How can we prevent these causes? And so let's start it. So let's start it with the introduction. So basically, malnutrition is a condition that cause or that result from nutrient deficiency or its overconsumption. So it's a condition that occur by overconsumption or under consumption of this nutrient. So we can categorize this malnutrition into two different categories. One is undernutrition, second one is overnutrition. So in undernutrition, this type of malnutrition result from not getting enough protein, calories, micronutrients. It leads to low weight of for height or height for age or weight for age. So these are the condition underweight or wasting turning. So these are the terms or condition that occurs in under nutrient condition. So similarly, in our nutrition condition, overconsumption of certain proteins, certain nutrients such as protein, calories, fat can also lead to malnutrition. And this results in overweighted or obesity. So this cause also known as malnutrition cause. So people who are undernourished often have deficiency in vitamins or minerals, and especially with the iron, zinc, vitamin A. These are the various ions or micro nutrients that are essential for our body and or our normal physiological function. So, however, the micronutrient deficiency can also occur with our nutrition, as you all know that it causes obesity, overweighted person, that also cause or that have some complication with the other disease. So it's possible to be overweighted or obese from the excess calorie or consumption, but not get enough vitamins or minerals at the same time. So it comes under malnutrition category. So that's because food that contribute to overnutrition, such as fried food, and tend to high in calories and fat, but low in other nutrients. So basically, you are getting specifically one or two nutrient more from more what you need in limitation, but you don't get enough overall nutrients and that required your body to function properly. Common causes that associated with malnutrition. So let's discuss it one by one. Food insecurity or lack of access to sufficient or affordable food. A study linked to food insecurity in both developing and developed nations to lead to malnutrition. So basically, insecurity occurs in a high populated area or high populated country, especially in developing country. And second cause that is associated with malnutrition, that is that digestive problem or issue with the nutrient absorption. Condition that cause malabsorption such as Crohn disease and celiac disease and bacterial overgrowth in intestines can cause a malnutrition condition to the person or any community. So excess alcohol consumption also lead to malnutrition category. So basically, when you getting heavy alcohol use, this can lead to inadequate intake of protein, calories, malnutrition that ultimately cause the malnutrition. So it's a condition. Similarly, mental health also disturbed by this malnutrition. Depression and other mental health condition can increase the malnutrition risk. Other study found that the prevalence of malnutrition was 4% higher in people with the depression compared to healthy individual. So basically, when you have such a depression or mental health issue, you are more prone to grow into a malnutrition condition. Similarly, in a next condition, there is an inability to obtain a prepared food. So when you have a benchmark disability, it is also things that you more prone to get a malnutrition condition. So a study that identified the being feel having a poor mobility and leg muscle strength as a risk factor for the malnutrition issue and impaired food preparation skill. So it's a kind of things that people should consider. है ना? So whenever you think about that, you just know that, or you also write these things in a uh, condition that associated with malnutrition. है ना? So now let's move to the next slide. So let's discuss sign and symptoms that are associated with the malnutrition. So basically, the sign and symptoms of malnutrition depends on the type. है ना? So let's discuss one by one. First one, that is undernutrient. Basically, undernutrient condition occurs when you are not getting enough protein or nutrient in your diet. है ना? So this occur. And what are the symptoms that associated with this condition? That is weight loss, loss of fat and muscle mass, and hollow cheek and sunk eyes, and shallow stomach and dry hairs and delayed wound healing, fatigueness and irritability and depression, anxiety, etc. Many of these things occurs or associated with undernutrition. Now these symptoms may be patient with undernutrient having one or more symptom from this category. And so basically this malnutrition also lead in some time to cause of death of patient, है ना? When you are extremely undernutrient, है ना? So this also become a cause of death, है ना? So basically micronutrient also cause deficiency various, है ना, in undernutrient conditions like vitamin A. When you consume less amount or when you don't have a vitamin A in your diet, it causes dry eyes, night blindness, and increased risk of infection. And similarly, in iron cases, impair brain function, issue with regulating body temperature, stomach problems. So various things are associated with the micronutrient deficiency. So you just have to balance diet. So overcome from these undernutrient conditions. So let's discuss it. In this class of malnutrition, overnutrition, and basically this occurs sign associated or symptom associated with overnutrition or overweighted obesity, but it can also lead to nutrient deficiency. And research on these overnutrition conditions shows that the people who are overweighted or obese are more likely to have inadequate intake or low blood level of certain vitamins or minerals, compared to those who are at normal weight. So one study is indicated that 285 adolescents, that is a Kishori in Hindi. है ना? So endolens found that the blood level of vitamin A or E in obese people were 2 to 10% lower than those in normal weight. है ना? So basically this indicate the type of overnutrition condition. है ना? So this is likely because overweight or obesity can result from the overconsumption of certain food material, है ना? Like fat or protein, and that have a high in a calorie but and fat and but low in other nutrient, है ना? So because of that it occurs, है ना? So a study in over 17,000 adults and children found that those who ate fast food, है ना, and significantly lower intake of vitamin A, C, and higher calorie, fat, etc. consumption. So then those who abstain from the other type of food. So basically, those person consuming this type of fast food also facing over nutrition malnutrition condition. So basically, overnutrition cause a malnutrition with certain deficiency of vitamins or other nutrient. So you just have to avoid those things. Let's discuss their prevention, है ना? So in a general means the best way to ensure you to get the correct amount of nutrient is to eat healthy or balanced diet, है ना? So a healthy or balanced diet contains food from all the major food group, है ना? The four main food group are fruit or vegetable at least 5 day, है ना? Or you just have to at least fruit or vegetables, and similarly bread, rice, potatoes, pasta, cereals and other starchy food you have to also that, है ना? Milk and dairy food material also have such as cheese, yogurt, है ना? So you just have to these things to overcome malnutrition. Meat, fish, egg, beans, nuts, so these are another thing, non-vegetable things. You also have to have that thing to overcome malnutrition conditions. Food, drinks, and high in a fat or sugar are not essential for the people, or should only be consumed in a small amount. So, if you want to have some more sugar containing food, so you just have to avoid those things, or take that in a lower amount as you can. If malnutrition or risk of malnutrition is caused by the underlying health condition, or you may have more complex dietary needs, or you may need an additional item in your diet, such as nutritional supplement, or your GP, or general physician, or doctor in a chair or care will or condition care by with these doctors able to advise you or refer to registered dietitian. है ना? So basically, suppose you are facing or having any underlying condition, है ना? And in that condition you are facing a malnutrition condition, so basically you just have to refer dietitian rather than a physician, है ना? So have to overcome risk of malnutrition condition, है ना? So now let's move to the next uh, method. Second tactic to prevent malnutrition is to by active surveillance of nutritional activity or program in a certain country or area, है ना? So nutritional surveillance, keeping a watch over nutrition in order to make decisions that will lead to improvement in nutrition of population or community, है ना? So many strategies to detect malnutrition or have a accurate data regarding diets of population, है ना? So you have to take active surveillance of that thing, है ना? So approach is to diagnostic intervention, है ना? Or sample representative. You just have to collect the particular sample from the community or population, so you can have a active measurement or certain nutrition deficiency in your population, so you have to collect a sample in a particular population. So it is called epidemiology, or epidemiological study of nutrition, है ना? And similarly, the objective of this surveillance is to aid health and development, है ना? And next that is to provide input for the program management and evaluation to policy makers, है ना? To give timely warning intervention to prevent or to short-term food crisis, है ना? So these are the things you can adopt, or surveillance is a more likely or more accurate method to collect population's data or to predict something, है ना? Whatever malnutrition is going on that condition or that particular area or country, है ना? So you have that thing, है ना? These are the various sources, है ना? So you can also use these sources or reference for more study or deep study of particular things, है ना? So you can use any of book for your study. Lastly, thank you very much to all of you. Thank you.